One Zambia, one nation. This is Zanis News, and I am your presenter, Henry Himonde. The headlines in our news. President Hichilema says peace is vital for economic development. Long distance to access health facilities, a factor to low ART intake. First ever community livestock center set up in Itejiteji. And pregnant students on government bursary drop out of school. Zanis News in detail. President Hakainde Hichilema says peace is a catalyst for economic development and must be embraced at all costs. President Hichilema observes that for any country to realize meaningful development, peace is critical and that continuous training of military officers must be promoted to enhance their skills. Mr. Hichilema said this in a speech read for him by Defense Minister Ambrose Lufuma at the 24th graduation ceremony of 79 military officers who graduated from Staff College. President Hichilema says it is the vision of government to have a united, prosperous Zambia that provides equal opportunities for all, including the men and women in uniform. He further committed to equip military personnel with adequate and quality knowledge in the quest for them to safeguard the territorial peace. And Staff College Commandant Humphrey Nyoni highlighted that 79 officers out of the 92 have graduated from Staff College after 11 months of intensive training for a University of Zambia diploma in Defense and Security Studies.
Zambia has always been a beacon of peace. In the process, we have recognized the need for good neighborliness. This is important for promotion of regional and international peace. Therefore, this kind of professional military education for senior officers from the SADC region and other friendly nations alongside their Zambian counterparts is highly commendable. Going forward, Minister of Defense, I want to encourage you to continue this interaction in the exchange programs for students and even teaching staff. I believe that such interactions are good in our endeavor to enhance professionalism and creating bonds, friendship for our defense force.
The officers graduating today comprise 25 from Zambia Army, 20 Zambia Air Force, 13 Zambia National Service, 2 Office of the President Special Division, and 19 from the armies and air forces of Botswana, Kenya, Lesotho, Malawi, Namibia, Rwanda, South Africa, Sri Lanka, Tanzania, and Zimbabwe. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the officers before you undertook a very challenging and rigorous senior command and staff course, which ran side by side with the University of Zambia diploma program in Defense and Security Studies.
The Drug Enforcement Commission in Northern Province has urged youths in the region not to engage in drug and substance abuse during the festive season. DEC Northern Region Commander Nebat Njovu has warned the young people to desist from abusing drugs and substances to avoid coming into conflict with the law. Jafet Munkondia now reports.
Drugs and substance abuse can lead to short and long-term negative health effects. This is why the Drug Enforcement Commission in Northern Province is calling on communities to join hands in fighting drugs and substance abuse in their areas. DEC Regional Commander Nebat Njovu has a warning to the young people, especially heading towards the festive period.
This is not just a fight of the Drug Enforcement Commission, it is a fight for everyone. To the youth, The festive season is upon us. Do not indulge in drug and substance abuse. Our mandate as a commission still remains very much in force, even in the festive season.
Webster Chikalaba, a musician commonly known as Y Celeb, has pledged to use his influence to fight the vice.
I'm a living testimony. Apanomba vu testimony. Shaishire kutina abaposta mbuka fe kumwera chida tena abaposta. No baba youth to aliona ika. Ba youth. Mama shoto atemo furi na iko kafuka chini madaji wewe. You want because you are overdoing things. If you go but mureta abusive into thing. If you go but murengi chamuvya kubaba mureka vyaba vya chimomo. Like if you even at Christmas New Year,
other actors in the entertainment industry have taken a leading role to educate young people on the dangers of drug and substance abuse in the region.
We should put away that culture that's been mainly here of not working together. If we can work together, then things will progress. Let them come and make a program with the promoters, not just us and many other promoters, make a program so that we plan and put them on the program for whichever event we are doing.
Reporting for Zanis in Kasama, I'm Jafet Munkondia.
Also in the news, the prevalence rate of diarrhea cases has declined in Monze district following various interventions by WaterAid and other stakeholders in the last 3 years. Senior Environmental Health Officer Gift Has Yondo says diarrhea cases have reduced from over 10,700 in 2020 to about 7,500 cases in 2022. More in the following report by Frederick Macha.
Hand washing is a simple but yet effective way of preventing many diseases and ensuring good health. As part of its Cleanliness is Life campaign, WaterAid Zambia launched a one-week sensitization exercise to sustain the promotion of good hygiene behaviors in local communities in Monze district.
So with the Kutuba campaign, we realized that we are implementing the face-to-face campaign in different settings, in the household, communities, the schools, and the healthcare facilities. We also have airings on the radios where the conversations are currently going on, but ultimately we realize that we still have a lot of work to do in Monze because we realize that issues of hygiene are more of the practical part rather than just giving information. So we hope to see a lot of people, a lot of partners, a lot of civil societies get on board to continue the conversation of hygiene and also to engage in triggering the community using the Kutuba campaign.
These efforts by WaterAid has resulted in the reduction of diarrhea and other diseases in the district.
That is by the end of November, we are 7,559. This blood diarrhea is 549. Now, when you see the trend, you can see the trend is going down.
We are grateful for the support we are getting from WaterAid Zambia, especially the hygiene component, which has improved the lives of our community. Especially during COVID, we saw the improved hand washing behavior, which was very key in terms of reducing COVID-19.
Frederick Macha for Zanis in Monza District, Southern Province.
Still in Southern Province, traditional leaders in Kalomo District have asked government to consider increasing the number of health facilities in the district to improve health care services. Both Chief Giganta and Chief Siajitema of Kalomo District have cited long distances to health facilities as the major contributor to those on antiretroviral therapy defaulting on their dosage timetable. Here is Kostak Mdenda with the rest of the news.
Long distance to health facilities in rural areas is one factor hindering the fight against HIV/AIDS. However, chiefs in Kalomo district want the number of health facilities increased so as to achieve the UN AIDS target of ending AIDS by 2030.
strong sensitization on the importance of testing for HIV/AIDS. Also, increasing the number of facilities for testing, because some people walk long distances to testing centers. And also the availability of the drugs. You can be tested, and if there are no drugs, it becomes a problem.
Government and other stakeholders are committed in ensuring that everyone, including rural areas, have access to these facilities.
It is a prompt for all of us to work for the proven practical actions needed to address inequalities and help end AIDS. These include increased availability, quality and suitability of services for HIV treatment, testing, prevention, so that everyone is well served.
Our focus is to reach zero infections by 2030, and we only have about 7 years to go. So it is an issue where we are calling all community leaders, all the community members to work together with Ministry of Health, National Health Council to fight this scourge so that we can attain our goal.
Because of the importance of testing and also the vastness of our district, so the Ministry of Health working with other stakeholders, we have agents that go into the community to increase access to these testing services.
Costa Kimudenda, Zanis, in Kalomo District, Southern Province.
The first ever community livestock center has been established in Chief Musungwa's chiefdom in Wusanga ward of Iteji district to assist farmers improve their livestock condition and market access. The livestock facility will be used for effective disease prevention while also serve as a marketing point for livestock drugs. This initiative is in collaboration between government's veterinary department and the Solowe organization, which provided financial assistance. Here now is a report.
Fast and accurate diagnosis and monitoring of animal diseases can make the difference between living in poverty and having a source of income for rural areas. In Iteji, where livestock play a key role in everyday life and development, community livestock centers offer an avenue for diagnosing and monitoring diseases to help ensure a stable future for farmers. This is why a community livestock center has been launched by Iteji District Commissioner in Chief Musungwa's chiefdom to assist farmers in improving their livestock condition and market access.
This community livestock center will not only help to consolidate veterinary and livestock services in Musungwa chiefdom, but also strive to strengthen the involvement of local actors in the collective management of animal health. This is an important occasion at the center we are opening today. We go a long way in consolidating the local veterinary services.
The facility, which will be used for disease prevention while also serving as a marketing point for livestock drugs, grew from a collaboration between the government's veterinary department and the Solowe organization. The facility is a step in the right direction for the project consultant.
What we have tried to do here today, Solowe NGO, is to try and really empower and support the local farmers, especially in areas of animal health and animal welfare, so that your livestock can be healthier and then will become more profitable.
This facility has elected traditional leaders.
This to me means a lot. In the first instance, on our livestock, we shall be able to have various diseases diagnosed here.
Frederick Mwansa, Zanis, Iteji.
Government has commenced the distribution of farming inputs under the Food Security Park program in Lufwanyama district on the Copperbelt province. District Commissioner Justin Mwalikwa flagged off the exercise with over 300 people expected to benefit.
A gesture clear enough to signal the flagging off of the distribution of fertilizer to farmers under the Food Security Park for 2022-2023 farming season in Lufwanyama district. Over 1,000 vulnerable but viable farmers are earmarked to benefit from this program, and government wants these beneficiaries to use the farming inputs for the intended purpose.
The distribution of Food Security Park is done to our local farmers in order to improve food security back in their houses. When you receive these things, these inputs, it's a government program. If anybody is going to involve themselves in such acts of starting to sell inputs, we will arrest them.
We have 1,365 farmers. Each farmer is supposed to receive 2D and 1 urea, plus a 10 kg maize seed, either groundnuts or beans. This year, we have a total number of 1,365 vulnerable but viable farmers.
And beneficiaries took turns in expressing words of praises to government.
Nami totela papyo mule bomba. Nami tasha ndipanka sa yenu no kuichefya. Lesa mi pale pansi kushia mipimina alunde pona simbi.
Tulipanshi yankasa shenu kwena tuletotela mwe buteko ifyo mwabomba. Twamita shapa kalamba apepa shirite pako.
Food Security Pack is a government program under the Department of Community Development which is aimed at improving food security at household level. Reporting, I'm Agrippa Silumbwe, Kwabot Province.
Thank you, Agrippa, for that report. To Eastern Province now, where residents living along Muzime Stream in Katete District have killed a crocodile. Local people recount that this was the first time that a dangerous reptile was sighted close to the stream, which has always been considered safe from crocodiles in Katenta village. Lembelani Tembo, who is headman Katenta, says the reptile was killed after residents discovered it around a pool of water along the Muzime stream.
They have gathered here to have a glimpse of a rare sighting of a deadly reptile that was spotted by the women when they were going to their fields. When the women saw it, they reported to the men, who quickly mobilized and killed the reptile. Headman Katenta narrates what happened.
So alupita kumunda anopeza ti alupita anopeza ti pamwa pa khala dziwe. So angona ti mayani uliye werere so anopeza ti upenya apeza ti ichi chinthu chilupeza ti chofuna thawa. So bochiona chaona vantu bishala mupita muti mumakoyekoye. So ndimo mwachipezera vantu wepo khalakhala nuuzana kuli chinthu kuno uona chinthu chanji ng'ona. So ndipapeza kuti niyambo ipanda lupana kupha.
Yabana kutakondwera kuti batetezerako bana. Bana batera makonda amazi nishiyapa bana batetezerako.
Meanwhile, collecting the carcass of the beast, National Parks and Wildlife Katete District in charge, Chilenga Nkoma, took time to sensitize the community on how dangerous the crocodile was, both in its life and in death.
Izi nyama mukaziona izi. Ifunika muzikhala ochenjera kwambiri. Chifukwa inyama imodzi yamene ili mugulu nyama zoyipa kwambiri. Ikhoza otenga umoyo wa munthu mosayembekeza. Makamaka nthawi ino pamene madzi ali ubwera mu mtsinje yesesani kwambiri bana basapezeke mu mtsinje. Then iyi nyama iyi mukapha please musakhale ndi chizolowezi kupasa wina aliyense fukwa ni poison. Ni poison. Muzikhoza kutha pa nthawi yochepa kwambiri iyi nyama.
The crocodile is said to have come from the Sazu Dam in Chadiza district, making its way into the Kapoche River and finally the Muzime stream. Hope Walia, Katete district, Eastern Province.
And on a sad note, lightning has killed 2 people and left 4 other family members admitted to hospital in Chasefu district in Eastern Province. The lightning has also killed 7 heads of cattle and left a 12-year-old headsboy with minor injuries in the same area. Andrews Zimba, aged 33, and his 14-year-old daughter, Edna Zimba of Kamoni village in Senior Chief Magodi's area, died on the spot after they were struck by lightning that also left 4 of their family members hospitalized. Grandfather to the late Zimba, Stanley Moyo, and Acting District Health Director, Devi Kamanga, have both confirmed the tragic incident to Zanis. Mr. Kamanga says 4 members of the same family, aged between 13 and 15, have since been discharged from hospital after being treated for shock suffered during the strike. And Andrew Nyirenda, an uncle to the 12-year-old boy, has disclosed that his nephew suffered burns after being struck by lightning, while 7 heads of cattle were killed. From Eastern Province, we go to the Copperbelt Province, where about 10 female students who were on government bursary at Lufwanyama's Youth Skills Training Center have dropped out of school after falling pregnant. Katembula Youth Skills Training Center manager Charles Kakundo describes the situation as saddening. Agrippa Silumbwe brings us more in the following report.
There are over 400 students who have been sponsored by government to pursue different skills programs using Constituency Development Fund (CDF) at Lufwanyama's Katembula Skills Training Center. Sadly, the number of the fully paid for female students has started reducing, as some of them are reported to have dropped out in preference for early marriages.
Yes, there are some students here who were sponsored for term 1, term 2, term 3. They have dropped out because of pregnancies. Yeah, we have some few students who got pregnancies. Not, I'm sure 10 they can go to that now.
And this has come as a great disappointment to government.
Found a very disturbing report. About 10 the students, the beneficiaries, have dropped off, the female, on the grounds of them being pregnant. So to us, this is partly a loss on government, because funds have already been paid to the institution, which cannot be reversed, because these funds were paid for the beneficiaries also to acquire this skill. Maybe just a general advice to these people that about this opportunity. This opportunity has come in such a rare opportunity like this one, such a time like this one, where we need to take such things seriously. As opposed to maybe venturing into early marriages, the benefit that can be derived from one getting this skill, it will give a lifetime benefit.
Early this year, the local authority, using Constituency Development Fund, sponsored over 450 youths to start different courses in various training centers in Lufwanyama district. Reporting, I'm Agrippa Silumbwe, Copperbelt Province.
In Luapula Province, victims of gender-based violence, GBV, in Challenge District have been encouraged to report all cases to relevant authorities. District Commissioner Robert Mtepuka says the fight against GBV can only be won if cases are reported. More in the following report.
Mtepuka has graced the launch of the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence in Mantapala's refugee settlement. Speaking at the launch, the District Commissioner commended the Natwampane project for their tremendous efforts in the fight against gender-based violence.
And it is also delighting to hear the strides that Natwampane has made, because in every corner of the community that you visit, there is always a story about Natwampane. The community has started responding to the sensitization, the message that they receive from Natwampane. And we are urging that all those victims should not feel shy, but to go to the service providers where the survivors' help is rendered.
It cuts across all sectors of governance. So for that, we wish to remind everybody, participants, organizers to this event, that this 16 days is actually meant to show that we are collaborating in the fight against violence against women.
The people at Mantapara refugee settlement have called for continuous sensitizations on GBV.
Defilement na rape no lukakala
Different members of the community and the people of concern were awarded for their contribution in sexual gender-based violence elimination and response in Mantapara refugee settlement. This year, the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence is being commemorated under the theme, Unite, Activism to End Violence Against Women and Girls. Yvonne Nombo reporting for Zanis News in Chilenge District, Luapula Province.
And finally, on our news, management at the Zambia News and Information Services, Zanis, has continued to explore and employ various approaches towards ensuring that the television channel runs successfully. The department is equipping its staff with relevant tools and building capacity of its employees to enable them create television content and produce necessary television programs for the Zanis channel, which is currently undergoing test transmission on the Topstar platform. Recently, some workers based at Zanis headquarters in Lusaka underwent training in script writing, multiple camera directing and lighting for TV, TV presenting skills, video editing, and graphics for television facilitated by the Zambia Institute of Mass Communication, ZAMCOM. Zanis director Lois Saili has since urged workers to effectively utilize the skills they have acquired to ensure the smooth running of Zanis TV channel. Mrs. Saili said at a certificate giving ceremony in Lusaka that running a television channel was a huge and challenging task that required specialized skills and commitment. And ZAMCOM Executive Director Peter Shula thanked the Ministry of Information and Media for entrusting his institution with the task of building capacity among workers. Meanwhile, Assistant Human Resource Director at the Ministry of Information and Media, Eric Tembo, said the department and the ministry are expecting improved performance from Zanis workers. That item brings us to the end of Zanis News, but before we go away, let's take another look at the top stories in our news. President Hichilema says peace is vital for economic development. Long distance to access health facilities, a factor to low ART intake. First ever community livestock center set up in Itejiteji. And pregnant students on government bursary drop out of school. Thank you so much. That is all we packaged for you on Zanis News. On behalf of the entire news production crew, my name is Henry Himonde. It's goodbye for now until next time.